Hi and Happy New Year. Welcome to 2025 and another video from me. I am Lisa Crow, aka Wee Crafty Crow, and I'm a certified Zentangle teacher. Today I'm going to teach you this amazing tangle called Marasu. I'm not going to do this exact version of it, but I am going to teach you Marasu. This one here is my version of the Project Pack 25 Marasu tile that was drawn by Julie Willand on Zentangle Inc.'s YouTube channel. I'll share the link to that in the description for my video. Today I'm just going to draw my Marasu on I can't even remember, a 3Z tile. These tiles are called. So it's going to look slightly different from Julie's. I'm just going to start fairly near the centre of this 3Z tile, and you're trying to keep the bands of this spiral fairly consistent in thickness all the way around, which is where the kind of mindful element of Zentangle comes in. So once you've done that spiral shape, create two aura parallel lines and then put an aura line either side of them that's quite close to the shape that you just created. And really we're just going to create that all the way around this tile. Now, although my Marasu spiral has been done in pen rather than watercolour, it's not going to be the same as Julie's tile that she did in her video. I am going to have some spaces that are further apart. So I think I'll have this as a longer space. Just keep going all the way around. If you want, you can keep your tile so that your aura lines are all kind of fairly consistent and they don't have this longer space. It's entirely up to you. I'm going to have this one be a bit longer as well. It's looking like I might have to fill up the ink in my... I've put an extra... That doesn't matter. I will thicken this in so that you can't see I've added too much space, too many lines. I'm going to have this bit here be a longer space. An aura line the other side of that. What I like about Marasu as well is when you come to sections like this, there's not really any way to know what bit of the spiral the decoration would be, you know, so you can just put lines wherever you want if you're at an incomplete section of Marasu. And I'm going to put a couple of lines here. I think I'll have it that this section here is one of the longer ones as well. So now that I've done the spiral all the way around, I'm just going to create the spirals going further into the centre of the tile. So now I'm going to start using my Micron 08 And I'm going to just start. You can go to any space really that you would like to, and just start inking that in. And then I'm going to ink in every other space. You could ink in every large space if you would like. I just like the variation. So skip this one and then colour in this one. So I started filming this before, and then I tipped my camera a little bit, and I thought I could have technically just kept going, but I hadn't done very much of the tile at that point, so I thought, no, I'll start over again. So apologies if I'm repeating myself, but the name of this tile, Marasu, comes from the starts of 3 of Maria Thomas's, one of the founders of Zentangle, her sisters' names. I think it's Margaret, Rachel and Sue. I'm not 100% sure if those names are correct, but certainly it's names, the starts of 3 names that forms the full name Marasu. And Julie Willand loves Marasu so much that she now affectionately calls it Marasu Jew, to have J-U of Julie. So I'm going to ignore this bit of the Marasu section here, and it doesn't really matter whether or not the section that's on the other side of that long piece would have been inked in or not, because nobody's going to actually go back and count it. Once all the patterns are in, it's just going to look really cool. Skip that one, go in here. So I don't know about you, I watched the recent project pack. I've still got 2 days left to tangle myself that I'm really looking forward to doing, because I've also been doing advent tangles. I haven't put them on my YouTube channel, but I've been sharing them to Instagram. So I'm kind of behind with sharing the project pack videos to Instagram. I've not even completed all of them, but I just loved it. I mean, I'm a massive Zentangle fan, as you can imagine, you know, with having gone to become a certified Zentangle teacher. I do genuinely love each and every project pack that Zentangle put together. But there's something really back to basics about the most recent project pack, because it was about the theme was drawing behind and Hollybaugh, which is obviously one of the first tangles that you teach or you learn, depending on your perspective, when you're getting into Zentangle. And sometimes, you know, Zentangle have done more ambitious, I'm just drawing on my table here, they've done more ambitious project packs. So it's been on a bigger project tile, you know, a bigger surface. And although I love them, really, really enjoy getting involved in those ones, sometimes it's nice just to draw on a smaller surface again. So I've really enjoyed Project Pack 25. It was actually really cool as well. I got an email last night and it was from Anne Baum, who is, I think that's how you pronounce your name, Anne. Anne has been following me for a little while now, since I've been doing my Inktober Tangles challenge, I think. And she sometimes sends me over versions of her tiles based on the videos that I've taught on YouTube. And Anne mentioned to me in her email that Zentangle had highlighted my found about tile that I had drawn after watching Martha and Molly's video. It was mentioned in Zentangle's most recent newsletter. So I was really chuffed to see that. So if you subscribe to Zentangle's newsletter, you'll see Wee Crafty Crow's version of Found About. It was really cool to see. And I loved that Found About tutorial. It was just, I love how Zentangle just seemed to find the creativity all the time. I mean, I look at all these tiles and I just don't come up with the variations of them that they seem to do. It's really inspirational. So I enjoyed that particular day of doing the Found About Tangle and extending it, making it a bit bigger. So we're getting further around here. Nearly finishing up now. I'll have this one be a longer section and then I'm going to ink in this one. Okay, so that's the inking stage done for this particular tile. So in these bigger sections here, I'm actually going to do a couple of different tangles in each of these spaces. I think I want to do some poke root because although Julie likes Marasu, she counts that as one of her all-time favourites. I think poke root may be mine. I do this all the time. Here I'm not going to have space to do a full poke root. And then I think in the spaces that I have left, I'm just going to aura around. And this space here, I'm going to do some tipple. So just in case you don't know what tipple is, I mean, I might not even be doing it the right way, the kind of more traditional way that Zentangle did it. But I'm just basically putting differently sized orbs down. And it's just so relaxing. And as you can see, this one here isn't a complete orb, so you don't even have to have all your orbs be the full shape. And that fills up that space really quite quickly as well. So this space here, I'm going to put some more poke root. What I love about poke root is that it kind of builds up so quickly. It fills the space before you feel like you've even started. Just auditing the spaces left behind again. And then this space down here, I'm going to do some more tipple. And then just any little sections that you have left behind that are not big enough for another orb, just put some ink in there instead. So there we have all of the tangling complete for this particular tile. So I'm going to come in now with my pencil and just on the tops of the white spaces, I'm going to add just a thin line of the graphite pencil all the way around on the tops and the bottoms of each section. I'm going to do that for the longer spaces as well. And at home, please do rotate the tile as you go, as you'll probably find that it helps you to feel more comfortable. And just, as you'll probably know by now, I try to minimise the spinning on the camera while I'm teaching. Oh, missed a little bit. You could, if you've missed a section, you actually probably will be fine to just leave the pencil aside and you can use the graphite that's left on your blending stump, but I just used the pencil anyway. So as you can see, I'm now just going in, I'm not dragging the graphite too far into the centre of the spiral because we want to keep that dimensional look. If we drag that in, we'll just be effectively colouring in the section with the blending stump. We actually want to leave the centre untouched. And already, look at the difference from when we first started doing this tangle. It's just incredible. And we haven't even yet put in the highlight. So if you haven't yet seen Marasu being highlighted, watch this magic. So I put my white pastel pencil over the white sections as well, and then I'm just spiralling around, just doing little circles, circular motions with that pastel pencil, just leading it all along the centre of that spiral. It's not as obvious, perhaps, that you've got highlights in the centres of those longer sections, but I'm going over with the white pastel pencil there anyway. I love that. I really, really love it. So now I'm just going in with the tortillon that I use for my white pastel pencil, and I'm just smoothing out those lines. Now, if you like, you could go in to those black spaces and go over the white pastel pencil with a white jelly roll, but I tend to just, to be honest, leave mine just with the white pastel pencil. I don't tend to go over with the jelly roll at all. I just realised I've got some ink smudges on my desk. I don't tend to go over with the white jelly roll myself. That's not to say that you couldn't do that on your own tile. And you could feel free to do some shading, like some different shading on these sections where I've got the filler tangles. I'm just treating everything the same shading wise in this. I'm just using the edges as shade. I'm not shading the individual elements. But I think that that works so well. I'm going to do my chop now. It's kind of buried a little bit. I think what I'm going to do today is I'm going to put my chop just in one of these berries of the poke root. So I had so much fun tangling that just now. So I'm just going to show you other variations of Marasu that I've drawn previously, just to kind of see if that inspires you or just give you an idea of different things that you can do. So this is the one I showed you at the start of the video, and if you have the watercolour lines to create your spiral to begin with, you can obviously add some filler tangles in those spaces rather than just drawing it the way I did today. This is one that I did on, it's not the proper translucency tile that Zentangle sell, it's just, I don't even remember what you call it, paper. I don't think it's parchment paper, but it's obviously see-through translucent paper, so that was fun to do. I've got this one. Some of these tiles aren't even complete yet, because you can see I've not done much shading here. But I've got Marasu here with the alternating brown and black micron pens. I've done it on a black tile here, and it's kind of been a bit more consistent really, with there's not kind of been the aura lines either side of each individual section. And then I've got the fescue and tipple spouting out the top here. This one I really like. It's on a Renaissance tile, obviously. And it's got, I can't remember the name of this tangle, but I love it, and I just tangled it recently. I think this is catkin. I will look and I will mention the name of this in case you're interested. I will look and see who deconstructed this to begin with, but I love catkin. I've got this one here, and I've got Mir and Onomato in the back, and I've got a little bit more fescue. This one is quite simple. I like this tangle because this is the tangle that I taught when, I think it's this one that I taught when I was, it was during COVID, and obviously people weren't allowed to see each other and socialise in case the virus was spread. So it was before I was even a Zentangle teacher. I thought it would be nice if I taught my sister and my mum how to do Zentangle. So we all met up on Zoom and I taught them how to draw this tile. So we had great fun that night. So that was good. This one, similar, except I've kind of put filler tangles in each of the smaller spaces, the alternate spaces where I haven't inked in. And then this one, I can't remember the name of that background tile, so if anybody knows, if you could let me know. It might be Romance, I'm not sure. If I find out, I will put the name of that tile, Tangle, in my description as well. But so you can see lots and lots of variations there for suggestions of how you can go about things. The vast majority of these tangles that I've shown you, the tiles that I've shown you today, have been with just black ink. Some of them have been brown, but obviously you can use coloured ink as well. It can just really kind of diversify what you're drawing. So please share if you have just come across Marasu through my video and you decide to tangle your own version. Please do tag me in social media. I'm on Instagram and Facebook as @WeCraftyCrow. Tag me in anything that you create and I'd love to see what you do. I've actually got some regular tangling classes coming up online, starting from the 6th of January. So I'll put in the description a link where you can get signed up to take part in that. It's going to be UK time 2 PM in the afternoon. But I will make recordings available if you book up before the time of the class. So I hope to see maybe some of you there. And also just to say thank you so much for everybody who has actually followed me and subscribed to me so far to my channel. I really, really appreciate each and every single subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. It just means that you don't miss out on any of the videos that I'll be sharing in the future. So thank you once again for watching, and I hope to see you in another video soon. Bye!